Hello everyone, this is Anthony the Eclectic Chef. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to have a fairly short equipment review of this Vevor meat slicer. I'm lucky enough that the sous chef bought this for me at Christmas because I had a very small kitchen slicer which I never used. You've seen in an earlier video, a lot of the time I prefer to slice things by hand, but there are times, for example, when I'm making deli meats at home, I don't buy them from the store anymore, that I wish I had a commercial slicer, and I didn't want something that was flimsy, so we bought this. Anyway, flimsy it isn't. It's really quite heavy. I'll show you where it lives in a minute when I'm not using it. It does take up quite a bit of room, as you'll see, but as a utility item, it's very useful to have around. And we'll try slicing some meat in a few minutes, but let's look at the controls, which are on the left-hand side as we're viewing them from here. These are basically the only two controls on the Vevor slicer. We have on the left here the on-off switches, which operate with a very solid click, and this adjustable dial for the actual slicing thickness. Now that dial will take you from shaved through to what I call thin steak, or maybe tonkatsu cutlet. A pork cutlet for deep frying covered in panko. But I'm not unimpressed with the way this feels, the way it slides. It doesn't rattle. It's very smooth, so let's just go around and take a look at the data plate. Here's the data plate from the back of the slicer. Let you see the model number, when it was made, voltage, so on. More to the point, there's an CE sticker on the side here, which I find amusing. It tells me that this thing must be for sale in the European Union too. So let's get on and try some slicing. I don't buy deli meats at the store anymore. They're too expensive and they're too salt laden. This is a piece of pork loin that I cooked by sous vide for 6 hours. And we're just going to slice some up and see how good a job this does. I put a piece of parchment paper to catch the slices. And here's the sliced meat, evenly cut. The slicer moves smoothly, and we had one cut to square off the face of the pork from where I'd been slicing it previously with a knife, and I'm very happy with the results. So making sandwiches a peach. This, by the way, I said, piece of pork that I cooked sous vide for 6 hours, just covered with freshly ground black pepper and Kirkland's no salt seasoning. It's absolutely delicious, tender, not dried out. I will tell you, I'm not a big fan of sous vide. This came out, the meat came out looking like a grey lump, but it's going to be used for deli meat. Nobody's going to see the outside, so I didn't have to worry about browning it off, and there we go. So, like all pieces of equipment like this, I will caution you that blade is sharp. It has a built-in sharpener. Use the guards and don't be pushing that meat down with your fingers. This is like a mandolin on steroids, and I always consider those to be potential fingertip eaters from the get-go. But it's quite an impressive piece of equipment for a budget price. From a safety perspective, I only ever clean off the Vevor slicer when it is unplugged, as you see here. And when the slicer dial is set to past zero. That way there's really next to no edge. Proud, there is an edge, but it's not very deep for you to slice your fingertips on. I think this is a common sense precaution. In closing, I thought you'd like to see where my Vevor slicer lives, because that prep table is the first piece of Vevor equipment I ever bought. It holds my Nova Precision oven, which by itself is well over 50 pounds. My KitchenAid, which is no lightweight, and the Vevor slicer. Got my sous vide cooker tucked up the back. This saves taking up storage space. Honestly, I wondered what I was going to get when I ordered this prep table, and I was very impressed with it. It went together easily. It's incredibly sturdy. The wheels run easy. They unlock and lock easily. And I gave Vevor a bit more credit than some other people do after I'd bought that. Now let's deal frankly with the elephant in the room. Vevor equipment is made in China. I have seen some people who were not happy with things they purchased from Vevor. Most notably, let's say, pizza ovens. I've never bought a Vevor pizza oven, nor have I ever seen one. And as I have a Nova Precision oven, the odds are I never will. I will tell you something, candidly, about creators on YouTube. A lot of them realise that it's easier to say negative things than it is positive, and that negative reviews generally get more views than the positive ones. Others may disagree with that, but that's just my observation of the current YouTube scene. I have two Vevor appliances, my prep table and the slicer. And I have to say, so far, I'm very happy. The price is right. Vevor may be a little heavy, a little large, but it allows us all to buy basically commercial kitchen equipment for our kitchens that we wouldn't be able to afford otherwise. I'll close with one other tip for you. You can buy Vevor equipment on Amazon. I know it's available in the UK. As I said earlier, I'm pretty sure Vevor's available in the EU too. I'd always encourage you, though, to check Vevor's own website, which I will put in the description, because often, as a benefit for signing on, giving them your email address, they'll give you a very decent discount that will make the item more affordable than it would be if you got it from Amazon. And with that, I should tell you, this is not a sponsored video. I and the sous chef paid good money for every Vevor product we have, and there is no inducement in this for us to say kind things about their products that we don't mean. I hope you found this helpful. We really appreciate you watching. If you found this a helpful video, please like, subscribe and share with your friends. And as I've come to close lately, life's good. Let's enjoy it together in our kitchens. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.